Oh, yeah.
How are you?
Oh, I'm so happy to see you. How are you?
Good. I'm so happy to see you too.
Oh,
I'm
you're.
breastfeeding now.
I just breastfed my daughter.
Oh, you did? Congrats.
Is your baby?
He's 3 months now.
Oh, wow. I thought he's like older, but yeah, actually, you recently gave birth too.
Yeah.
Well, months, and my baby is a month already.
Oh my gosh, doesn't the first month go so fast?
Yes. And we just came back from her 1 month checkup, and she's doing great. Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Maybe I will be able to show her to you. My husband is taking care of both of the kids now.
Okay, yeah. If you want, you can get her at any time.
Mhm. Okay. I gave birth at home unassisted, just
Ooh.
myself. Can you imagine? That was so incredible.
Oh
So
my
amazing.
goodness.
And my husband cut her. You know, he was not prepared at all. He wasn't going to take a part of it. So he was like, I will just stay home. I'll just stay downstairs. And if you need help, if you think you cannot do it, I'll just call 911 and I won't do anything.
Wow.
And I was kind of nervous about it because I kind of wanted him to, catch the baby at the end, just in case, because when I was visualizing it, I didn't see I didn't see myself doing it so well. I thought maybe someone my husband needs help. But so it happened just the way I wanted. He came and he supported me when the contractions were pretty intense,
Mhm.
pretty, strong. He supported me and he was there and he caught her. I was like standing in position.
How
Yeah.
long were you in labor?
When the contractions started, when they became regular, it was like 10 a.m. in the morning.
Okay.
And I gave birth at 6 p.m.
That is so good. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
That's your second baby?
yeah. So she's my second baby, yes. She was born at 38 weeks and 3 days. I gave birth at 38 weeks and 3 days.
Mhm.
And my contractions, the Braxton Hicks contractions, I've been having them regularly since 32 weeks. And close to that 38 weeks, they were more and more often. Yeah, they were happening often. And I gave birth on Sunday, May 22nd. The 22nd was Sunday. And on Thursday, like a few days before Sunday, on Thursday I had a checkup and I let the doctor check my cervix very gently.
Uh-huh.
Because I remember you told on your channel, they can irritate it if they check it too much.
Yeah.
So I told them, be very gentle. And then they checked and I was 1 centimeter open. So I was 1 centimeter. And so I remember on Friday, Saturday, I was having this Braxton Hicks contractions, and they were mild. And on Sunday, I woke up and I was feeling them. At night, I wouldn't feel them though. At night, I didn't have them. I would wake up at night because, with last month, how it is, you wake up a lot.
Yeah.
So on Sunday, I was cooking and I noticed that my contractions are becoming like they're regular, they're coming and coming. So I started timing them around 11:30. Around 11:30, they were 5-6 minutes apart. I still have this app, contraction app.
Uh-huh.
I've been praying hard, I've been praying to God so that everything goes well, so that He helps me. I would say it's God assisted birth because there were so many moments where I felt that He's really there with me. And my husband took my son to my father-in-law's house and he came and he was just staying downstairs and he came around 2:30 p.m. and he was like, can you tell me approximately what time you're giving birth? And I was like, how am I supposed to know why you're asking? He said, "So I would know approximately when to pick up our son from my dad." And I'm like, "Whoa." I looked at the clock and I said, oh, it's 2:30. I hope I give birth by 6 p.m.
Wow.
And when she was born, I asked him what time is it, and he says it's exactly 5:59 p.m.
Wow.
And I was like, whoa. And around you know around around 5 p.m., I would say, I was not looking at the time anymore. They were more and more intense. around like after 3 p.m. They were pretty intense, and I started feeling like, oh my God, I cannot do it. I want to go to hospital and just get a epidural. And my husband gave me encouragements, and I remembered your words. You were saying, just when you think that you cannot do it, know that you're very close to giving birth. And I remember that, but my mind was saying, no, your first birth was like 25 hours long. It's not gonna happen this quick. And there was like a little bit of how can I say, I was getting into my mind too much, which is not so good. And so what happened? I All of a sudden I've got one contraction that was kind of mixed with like uh, wanting to push.
Okay.
I wanted to push all of a sudden, and then but I got nervous because my water hasn't broken. My water didn't break,
So was
and
it born in the sac or did it break?
yeah, the baby was born in the sac.
Wow.
The sac broke. The sac broke as soon as my husband caught her, and then the placenta. I was nervous about placenta because she was born in the sac, so I was nervous. But the placenta didn't come out, so it came out within like half an hour. I prayed to God, and the placenta came out in half an hour with one just I think I had like urge to push. It came out very easily, and then there were like blood clots that came out with it. And what's really interesting with my son at the hospital, how they like massage your belly with like roughly, it hurts, and they touch it too much, and they put their hands in there and try to clean it. They did so much of it with my son because I bled too much. I passed out, and but still after I came home, I had big pieces of like blood clot coming out. But with her, nothing. And let me tell you, so I went to my OBGYN when she was 3 days. I drove by myself. I was feeling amazing, great, I was feeling healthy. I drove by myself, and the doctor was shocked. She touched my belly and said, wow, your uterus shrunk so much in 3 days. So you're already -5. It's amazing. Your uterus is like doing great. It's like firming up. And she checked my V parts, and everything was great. She said no tearing, and I was shocked because with my son, yeah, everything was beautiful. With my son, he was 8 pounds 1 ounce, and I tore a lot. They were stitching me up literally 2 hours, 2 doctors. Can you imagine? And I was in pain for 3 months, and I couldn't walk, I couldn't stand, I couldn't sit. It was terrible with him.
It's amazing how like in unassisted birth, most of the moms don't tear. And I'm happy that you didn't tear also in the areas that you teared before.
Yeah, I was nervous because I asked my OBGYN if there's a possibility of tearing again at the same spots where I tore before, and she said yes. So I was nervous about that. I was like, whoa, what if that happens? But no, nothing happened. Everything was beautiful. When so I gave birth to her with 2 pushes, just 2 pushes.
Wow.
One push and her head was out, and my husband said, and she was like, her head was floating inside the amniotic sac. So imagine I gave birth to something bigger than a head.
Yeah, the bulge around it.
Yes, and still didn't tear.
Wow.
Yeah, and then the second push, the whole body came out with the sac.
Honestly, incredible. And they do say there's like a spiritual meaning to your baby born inside of the amniotic sac.
Yeah, I heard these babies are super lucky or something. Yeah, and I didn't get any. So the next day we went to pediatrician. So she was born at 6 p.m. We cleaned her up. I took a shower. I felt amazing. I had zero pain. Can you imagine? Zero pain, no pain. And
Wow.
I couldn't believe my eyes. And then probably I had too much adrenaline, and I went downstairs. I saw that I have to put the laundry in the dryer, so I did that. I vacuumed a little bit in the laundry room. I think I even cooked soup that night. And then we went to sleep. We played with her. We went to sleep. We introduced her to my son. The next day, we took her to pediatrician. They said everything, is well with her. She's super healthy, no problems. And you know what? I refused all the shots, especially vitamin K shot, because I saw there's some kind of correlation between that and jaundice, kids having jaundice afterwards. And you know what's interesting? My son got, they gave him vitamin K shot, and he had jaundice in the
Mm.
hospital. But with her, I refused the vitamin K shot, and she didn't have jaundice.
So what was the reaction when you refused it?
The doctor gave me, she said, I'm obligated to tell you the, risks, blah, blah, blah. So I listened to it, and yeah, I said no.
Love it.
And I also rejected the hearing test
Okay.
because that's super rare, they said. I can see she's hearing well. I do this, in each side, and she turns her head. She's clearly listening.
Yes, I'm very, very, very happy for you. What course did you take?
Yeah. So I took unassisted home birth, the other course that's like really popular on your website.
One.
Mm.
Painless.
Uh-huh. Yes. So
That
that, and I watched that, yes, everything. And it was you gave me a lot of courage. I think God sent me to you because you popped up, your video popped up on YouTube when I was, searching things like this. And I started watching you, and I loved your energy. You were like calmly telling people, "Oh, you can do it. Your body is meant to do it." And I was like, "Wow, yes, that makes sense."
wow.
And I actually, honestly, I didn't even know there's such thing as unassisted home birth. I didn't know that it's legal. I didn't know that I can do it.
Mhm.
And you see, we are so conditioned to think, certain way.
Yes.
So I think I saw you when I searched how to get birth certificate.
Oh,
That's when I saw you probably, yes. And I liked your energy, your personality. It's beautiful.
thank
And
you.
I actually prepared, with your advice, I prepared the documents for unassisted home birth certificate in
Yay.
advance. I live in New York State, so I
Okay.
called I called up our vital records, and they sent me a package. I filled it up, and I got a letter from my OBGYNs confirming my pregnancy. It's, legitimate, it's real. And what else? Basically some bills to confirm our address, our IDs and stuff like that. And we got it really fast through mail. And we are getting her social security. Yeah, I already applied for it. Yeah, it was so easy. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and what else helped me? You posted one video of you with another lady in the car. She said she gave birth unassisted to her first child, and that was so amazing to me. I didn't want to tell this to my husband because actually I mentioned that, he was like, "You're crazy, no, I won't do it." At that time, it was different. But then when he saw me going through lots of, trauma and pain after hospital birth, he agreed. Um, and I think it's meant to happen that way. God wanted me to give birth first time in the hospital and see for myself
Yeah.
how things can go wrong there.
Hmm.
Because with him, I had epidural. Actually, with him, my water broke. That's how my labor started. With her, my water didn't break until she was born. It's so interesting, so different. With my son, my water broke, and it was President's Day, so my husband was at home, so I couldn't like hide it from anybody and progress at home. So I had to go to the hospital and progress there. I was walking and doing squats and stuff, and they even didn't want me to do that. Actually, they wanted me to stay in bed because my water broke. They were nervous of infections getting inside.
Hmm.
And I said, no, I want to walk. I want to move so that I start having natural contractions, because they wanted to induce me to start the labor, and I refused.
Wow.
Yeah, so they by the evening I was too tired. Anyway, I had to get an epidural, kind of. My husband really encouraged it. And I didn't feel anything, and that was a problem. I was not connected with my body. I didn't know what my body wanted to do, how it wants to push.
Mm.
So I pushed really wrong. And also when I didn't have the contraction, my doctor asked me to push the at the end, and I pushed hard when I didn't have a contraction, and I tore a lot, and he came out like a bullet, the whole body came out like a bullet.
Nice.
So that's why I tore a lot. My daughter fell asleep. She's sleeping.
Oh my God, so cute. She has
Yeah.
so much hair.
Yeah, my kids are born with lots of hair.
Oh my God.
See?
Oh, adorable.
Thank you.
I'm so, so proud of you, what you achieved in your story. It's
You.
honestly amazing. And I love that you stuck to your intuition and your gut. It takes courage to stand up for what you believe in and say, like, no.
And with this birth, I found out that actually women don't even need to push most of the time. The body pushes. We just have to let it, push. But I've seen in movies, I've seen in, the hospital births, doctors say push, push, push. And
Mhm.
I realized that that's actually wrong. I didn't know. I was shocked. I was surprised. Yeah.
So
I know
beautiful.
sometimes you gotta help the baby and push, but most of the time, apparently, you don't have to.
A good blend of both. It just depends, right?
Yes, yes.
Body knows
But
exactly.
it was beautiful, magical. I have zero pain. I feel amazing. I I'm just
Amazing.
yes. And we even traveled with my baby when she was 3 weeks to Vermont, to New Hampshire. She's a good sleeper. Everything's fine. It's beautiful. I would say to women who are watching this, who will see this. By the way, I have a YouTube channel, so I'll share it on my channel.
Okay.
I will tell them to trust in God. I've never been so close to God. This experience brought me even closer to Him, and I'm so happy that I trusted in Him. Yeah.
I love that you said that because I agree.
Mhm.
I completely
And
agree.
you know what? When I had the fear, when I had this natural fear of thinking, oh, what if you die? What if your daughter dies at home? Well, it's safer at the hospital. But then kind of my heart told me, don't you think people die? Don't you know that people die at hospitals? That babies die at hospitals? That things can go wrong in the hospitals? This time I trusted in God more than doctors or hospitals, and it was beautiful. It was amazing. So trust in God.
Trust. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
That was so nice.
Yes. Thank you so much.
You're
I
welcome.
know He helped me through you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing. That was absolutely beautiful. Your
Hmm.
strength, I think your journey through this, what you learned, your process. If you can achieve this, I always say this to myself, if you can achieve this unassisted birth,
Hmm.
you can achieve anything.
Yes.
True. It takes
Yes.
you through such a journey through
Yes.
empowerment,
Yeah.
and it pushes you to
Uh,
like see that, I thought I couldn't do it, but I did it.
yes.
And like now, anything that happens in your life, always look back to that moment and know
Hmm.
you did that,
Yes.
you can do anything.
Yeah. It's here.
Oh my God. Oh, what's her name?
Kira. Kira Layla.
Kira Layla. Hi,
So,
beautiful girl.
so
Go
I
ahead.
have a trouble saying American R. So I use the Russian R. So that's why it's hard for me to say it in American way. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Kira.
How do
Mhm.
you say
Kira, but it's wrong. Kira is a it's actually a Russian name.
Okay.
Russian name. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yes, thank you. And I want to say, keep encouraging women. Keep doing what you're doing. It's beautiful. It's amazing. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing what you're doing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Sending you my love to you and
Mm.
your husband and your son,
Thank you.
baby girl, and you,
Mm.
especially you. Thank you for finding me. And
Mhm.
I'm happy that you know, we were able to touch
Yes.
virtually.
Yes, I'm glad we did it. Thank you.
Alrighty, sending you guys my love. Thank you for sharing so much. I'll send you the video too, okay?
Okay, great. Bye.